Mmm. Man, those tacos are so good. They're the best tacos. Man, they're so good. Nothing like Doritos Supreme tacos. I must be going through a Taco Bell time. I just had to have nachos Bel Grande. I just had to have the French fries with the nacho sauce. And now I just had to have the Supreme Dorito tacos. Going through Taco Bell time. And before that, I just had to have Del Taco weird $1 snacks. The things you do in life is rare. But might as well gorge out on what sounds good. The island doesn't have any other things. And how do you know how many times you'll come back to Earth? Hang out with food. Well, there was that husband. Some husband candidate was like, stop doing that shit with your powers. And I was like, well, I have to keep advertising. I'm looking for husband candidate gods. Very high level, powerful husband candidates that are worth something. Because, you don't let these countries struggle by themselves. And a lot of the gods at the island are very responsible for everybody packing into the island. And they don't have a lot of time to do more than try to help the structure and the strategy and stuff from far away. So I need a lot of God level husbands to support the human husbands that are doing really well, because I have to build, and I'm not going to lose good people through this thing. If people are truly good and worthy, I am not going to sit here and watch all these dumb situations and dumb choices bring like bad things upon good people. I'm going to juggle it. So it's going to be like, I got to get to work. That's how you advertise, how you get to work, that's how you win. And the guy was really upset and angry. And I thought, well, you're getting really mad. I'm bent out of shape, but this is how I recruit and make people interested and try to impress me to become part of the powerful existence of my powers, or the arms and legs of my powers, and that massive bond to my powers that'll help me in my future specific agendas. And the guy was really upset, and then he was like, well, I'm not talking anymore. I was like, okay. Behind that guy, an award-winning husband that's not even a candidate anymore. He's not even a husband candidate. He's just a husband. A full-blown husband. Behind this guy yelling at me, I saw another man. That man was like on overloaded Bonnie Anakin powers. And I was like, why is there a man on my overloaded powers? What did I do or not do? So I checked his powers, his bionics. What am I feeding him, how, and why? He is such an award-winning husband that's currently actually just a husband. But he's doing so well that he's gorged out on my powers in every way. Just gorged out in every way on what my powers can do. And he was the one making the other husband candidate tell me stop doing it. He is absolutely gorged out on my powers. And he has learned 5 billion tons of secret, amazing things to do. I hope he's helping these countries. I'm going to use my powers and find out and figure out what I could say or not. I don't want to cause any bad, stupid problems by opening my dumb mouth or something. But I'm going to find out if he's helping the countries, if he's doing good, like using all that power for really good purpose. He probably could save a country and shit. He's drenched in my powers. And I was like, I don't remember visiting him to do like everything to him at night or anything. So I searched and I searched and I searched and it took me a while. And I realized that no matter what I'm doing or not doing, he has already learned how to use his bionic powers on the inside of himself and just do to me whatever he wants to do to me and get the power or the power benefit. So he pretty much learned how to unlock every key or lock or open every door and just use my powers from the inside how he wants. So he doesn't need me to visit and do things to him and teach him how things work. He seems to know exactly how to absorb my powers, drench in my powers, reactivate a system, a key, a door to re-drench in my powers. Like, the guy is a giant. You're like, okay, well, we're going through something. Like, are you helping these countries? Like, what the hell are you doing out there, Mr. Giant? It looks like this guy is a self-made business. So he's like self-made. He didn't have monumental wealthy parents. So he's very self-made. He's highly wealthy and powerful, but like he built it all himself. He's very ambitious. He loves power. He loves to have more money than everybody else. Like, he's very competitively, I have to be at the top, or I like to be at the top. But he's just a business eccentric entrepreneur giant. So he's like an eccentric, he's like an out there creativity, out there smart, with a lot of just independent strength that got out and just built an empire for himself in like a corporate business world kind of way. And it looks like he decided to figure out who and what I was when my page was on Google. So back when I had a Google face page, he was determined to figure out who and what I am. So he could already feel my powers and that I was probably real. And then he read my articles through LinkedIn and stuff and realized I probably am very real. Okay, so he's been trying to master my powers and more, probably in the corner in secret the whole time. And because of it, he's very drenched in my powers. He's very aware that he can't produce guest genes. And that's not part of being a husband of a Bonnie Annika. At least not yet. So he's been listening to us talk, or he's been watching these videos, because he knows that I'm coming back from the dead. I'm rebuilding into resurrection. And sometimes my powers were working really good, sometimes not. And he's starting to learn what my powers can do, what my powers are not yet strong enough or able to do. The real reality, though, when it comes to guest genes and stuff, was the respect and worship of God. So, could you have guest genes without me doing shit? Yeah, but you'd have to pay me a percentage and shit out of worship and respect. The part where you, like, you're a full-blown husband. These gods have claimed you, and I'll probably claim you too, because you're like really powerful, really skilled, and really good at what you do. And if you're choosing it, gods will probably always choose you back. You are an obvious giant meant to walk with gods or anything else if you really wanted to. But the reality is that it's not the disrespect of a husband. It's not that you have my unlimited powers in your bionics and I'm treating you like something. It's that the courts of gods have decided that I've been degraded and mistreated and inappropriately stolen from. So the courts of gods have made it illegal to use my power for selfish, happy gain and more, without some kind of worship or offering or honor to my existence. So even as a husband, I know it's kind of degrading when you're married to somebody, or like when you have that love love family bond. You're like, but we have this love family bond. Yeah, in the world of gods, it doesn't mean a goddamn thing. Because the worship and respect, the proper honor and wealth towards God is never, ever disrespected. So since I was not only that, but I was raped, murdered, kept in massive poverty and massive mistreatment, even a husband has to show love, honor, wealth, and respect in my direction to have overloaded benefits from my powers. So, could you walk in and look like the biggest god taking care of a country? No, not if you weren't giving me that proper worship or payment or love or respect. So you'd have to be a husband that says, I am part of the greatness of the Bonianica power that exists on this earth. And because I am part of the biggest dead god Bonianica powers ever known, I can take care of this country like it's nothing. But I always put in the worship and honor and money and respect to my god level Bonianica devotions or whatever, to be this appropriate spiritual representation, husbandry thing. That's like a nun, but a husband type capacity and whatever I have decided that means. So when you're a husband, you don't really have to even know me. It could be like a nun, but different, and defined how you guys build it or decide. You could use my powers in that husband connection to be or become or create whatever you as a husband you'd want to be. Which, like I said, could be like a nun that doesn't really know God, but lives in that spirituality, that devotion, and that, whatever the gods or God gives them for that devotion to them. But yeah, because I was so mistreated for the whole world, that's why your powers don't work when they don't work. So if you try to use your powers and they're not working, just think about the situation, and it probably makes sense where it doesn't respect my dead existence, and that's why the gods have gone to court, and it won't work in your bionics. The courts of gods control the bionics. I review the courts of gods and decide overall as the mother creator, and then the rest I let the gods go to court so they can prove that they're still normal. Once gods did bad things to me, I need every god to go to court and prove they're normal and handle and tackle situations and prove they're not out of their mind or something weird or corrupt, and make a fake business report that's upside down and sounds weird because they're so corrupt and stuff. You know how once you get corrupt or criminal or weird, you make a report to go to court, and it's all just a bunch of mockery, fake made up shit to get what you want. Gross crap that corrupt criminals tend to do. And sadly, even in the world of angels and gods, they start doing that. In the case of Lucifer, the fallen angel of God and Jesus, he was somebody that just wanted to be more powerful than God, and have a lot of power and position above God. And it went bad. Some of these angels want to rape their owner. So some angels get a desire to rape their God owner and get kicked out. And they end up pretty scary, bad things out and about. Why do gods just kick out angels? Because they have emotions towards that angel, but really they should have locked them in prisons and shit, and not just kicked them out to cause some nightmare for some other heaven and shit. That is part of the white throne judgment being dealt with. But I just want to mention it because some angels really have gone bad and are very bad. And some demons are good and not bad. You really got to hold on to my queen. If you don't have powers or real sensitive, powerful understanding of good and bad and stuff, it's just an energy. If you don't know good, bad, and bad, evil's just an energy. And you're not going to know which ones are good or bad. So I suggest you guys stay close to my queen to know good and bad specific within like evil energy, good energies. But boy, that husband, he's massive. He's a massive man. Really, really impressive, massive, self-made man. And he's had sex with me. I don't know how. He must have been around when I was being raped or murdered and just made sure he had sex with me or something. Because he's got some weird sex-required opening inside of his soul. His soul activated, and you can only do that through literal sex. Which a good man might have had sex with me while other people were raping me to figure out if he could help me or do something nice or good in this situation. And he might have thought he was married to me or had weird emotions about my powers and felt like him having sex with me while I'm being raped was more helpful or safety or therapeutic than bad people just hurting me and touching me and making me grossed out. Well, okay, I'm going to use my powers. I'll figure out all about him. And I'll give feedback if there's anything we can know.